friends. We're back.
And by back, she means we were talking for like 3 minutes, but she hadn't pressed record.
Don't point that out to the people. It's a Tuesday, and it's kind of rainy and gross. And I'm kind of sleepy still. I'm just not... Can we restart the day, please?
Can we restart the semester thing?
Well, that too. That too.
Ow.
But
anyway, we were talking about John Cena. He proposed. It was cute. They cried.
So cute. That was really ugly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just very tired. This is not...
There was something else I wanted to talk about that wasn't their proposal, and I totally forgot what it was.
Oh, no. That's sad. That's always the worst when you can't remember what you wanted to say, and you're just like...
I think it was gonna be the next topic after to move on, after sports, but I just...
That's what I did. But it's okay.
What was it?
I don't know, Pam. While you think, I'm just gonna ramble on because why not? So today is a off day for the Mets for baseball. I'm sorry, I can't speak words. But the Mets play tomorrow, and it's exciting because Bartolo Colon is making his return to Citi Field since now he's not with us anymore, and I'm very upset by that. But it's fine. It's fine. It was a civil divorce.
I got a really bad joke.
Oh no. Do you want to? Is it something you can say on air?
Yeah. I mean, I probably shouldn't because it's that stupid, and I can't put myself out there like that.
Okay, so to save Pam's embarrassment, we won't share this joke. So you
guys tell me cologne. Does that mean he wears perfume?
Oh my god. What was that laugh? You know what that made me think of?
I told you it was bad, but it was also really good. Someone somewhere will eventually appreciate that joke. Maybe not now, maybe not in an hour, maybe not this year, but somewhere, someday, that moment, that joke is going to be really appreciated.
Do you know what your laugh reminded me of?
What?
The Jake and Derek find nachos.
Okay, so we're going to talk about it now because you brought it up, and yeah. So, mentioned last week that best boyfriend in the world ever, a.k.a. Brendan, got me tickets to see Mayday Parade with him in May. That's in its own. But anyway, so obviously, I follow Mayday Parade on everything, right? And, every time they post something, for the last 3 weeks, all I've done is repost, regardless of what it is, it could be a picture of nachos, and I've reposted it and gone, May 5th, May 5th, May 5th. Anyway, so, I think they posted a YouTube video, and I went to, actual YouTube to, watch it instead of watching it through Facebook, and I started watching some of their old videos. They have a video called Jake, what is it,
I think it's, Jake and Derek... On the best quest
Jake,
for nachos?
It's something else, though. It's something Jake and Derek's quest for nachos.
I forgot.
Anyway, so Derek is the front man. He's the lead singer. Jake, I want to say Jake plays the guitar, but I could totally...
I feel he's a drummer. I don't know why.
I could totally be...
You should know that. Wow.
I should know that.
Fan you are.
See, my mentality right now is, album number 1, because that's the tour that they're going on for.
Yeah.
And album number 1, Jason Lancaster was their drummer and their back vocalist, but now he wasn't Go Radio. That broke up, and I'm honestly pretty sure I'm still wrong because I don't think he did. I don't think Jason was drums, but we'll find out in a second. But anyway, so the videos they're in Australia, and I sent it to Jill because I was like, Jill, this is the actual encapsulation of our friendship.
It really is. It's kind of funny.
The video and just everything about it. The video starts out and it starts off with their little intro with the music and pictures and whatever. And it gets into the actual video and they're walking down a pier. And so I'm telling Jill, I was like, we don't even have to guess, but obviously I'm Derek and you're Jake. And it's so funny because so whatever, they're walking towards the camera and Derek's rapping.
It's quite funny.
It's not
it's
just
funny.
It's bad. It's so fun. It's actually just funny. And Jake's just kind of half what are you doing, Derek, what are you doing, but also half being a great best friend and hyping him up oh yeah, yo. And I don't remember what happens, but I think Derek says something stupid and Jake laughs, but he laughs an ugly kind of laugh And so the guy who edited the video, like, you know, when you like make a CD like skip, he like made that part skip so it like it looped a couple times, and then it fast like, you know, it shows them like walking around.
I found it. It's called Jake and Derek, the quest for nachos. So I was right.
I thought there was something before that, just because like they've been doing the tour videos, but like so then it like switches over and they're at a restaurant and Derek's sitting there with like a huge plate of nachos. And, like, they're all just kind of awkward. And it was like, you know, now to answer the question, does Australia have good Mexican food? And, like, literally, you know, they talk a little bit. And then Derek's like, literally all I've eaten since I've gotten here is nachos. And out of nowhere, Jake just like pulls his phone in front of the camera and goes, "Do you like dogs?"
Do you realize you're talking to the door, not the camera?
Yeah, but like
they can't see you.
I realized that.
Yeah,
he goes, "Do you like dogs?" And like shows the camera a picture of his dog.
As your background is
and my background's a dog. And Derek's just like, "Yeah, all I've eaten is nachos." And it was just like a very like actual like super ridiculously accurate description of our friendship.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because even her mom acknowledged that. Shout out to Mama V.
Oh, it's funny. And the best is when Pam tagged me on Facebook. I was watching it and I was like, I see the correlation here. And I commented on it and I was like, LOL, do you like dogs? That's me. And I was gonna include like the only thing I've eaten here is nachos, but I was like, you know what? Let me just not. And then Pam responds to my comment saying that, and I was like, this is why we're friends. This is why we are friends.
Goes to Australia, eats only nachos.
I mean, nachos are pretty good. So
you think about it, like, what if they have like some like wacky nachos? Like, does Australia, like, what if they put like
Vegemite?
Oh, stop it! Oh, gross! Ew.
And it's this, so we can get that on replay.
No me gusta.
On loop for 3 times.
No me gusta. No me gusta la Vegemite. But I was gonna say, like, what if they put like some like fruits on it? But I can't even think. Honestly, I can't even think of what exotic fruits Australia would have. The first thing I think when I hear Australia, honestly, the first thing I think of is they don't have squirrels, but they have a tiny invisible octopus that can kill you in 2 seconds.
I'm sorry?
They don't have squirrels. Or did you mean the octopus?
Both.
Okay, so a little story behind that. So it's never been talked about here because like it's irrelevant. But I've always been into photography. Like that's been like my favorite art medium for like years and years and years and years. So like I have my camera, whatever, and I've always done like I've done art classes. I go take like I haven't done a lot like lately because I barely have time to breathe lately. You know, because I want a stupid degree. But when I was in high school, I got picked. I got selected to participate in this program for the Met for photography. And so it was like, I want to say like 1 or 2 weeks, and it was like me and a bunch of other kids. One of the kids that I met there, his name's Clary, was from Australia, and he had been living in New York. I think he went back already. He had been living in New York because his dad is an artist who like travels around and like all that fun stuff, and so his family goes with him. So, you know, obviously like everyone but him is like native New Yorker, and like we were all just like, you know, we thought it was cool. Like we had like one day where we each brought in like a special like snack that like we liked so he could try them, because like obviously like, you know, we have different food, and he brought in Vegemite, which is why I'm like, oh, because I've actually consumed it, and so it's, you know, it's an acquired taste, I'm assuming. And just like, you know, we had a lot of time, especially like you know, the program itself was like pretty much like classes, like it was a lot of like, it was work, you know, like we would go through the museum, like there was PowerPoints, we took notes, we did like on the fields, like we'd get to go out to Central Park and take pictures and stuff, but then we'd also get like an hour and a half for lunch, and we'd eat it inside, obviously, because like this was the summer before college, I think. Yes, it was like the summer before college, so it was like obnoxiously hot, if anyone remembers. So we would obviously be wanting to eat our lunch in the AC, and like the computer was already set up to the projector, so we had like a day of like Q&A basically. And in that day, I found out that Australians, well, and I'm not going to say all Australians, well, Clary at least, we know for a fact now there are no squirrels in Australia.
That's very sad. I love squirrels.
Australia does not have squirrels. And we didn't find that out in that room. We found that out one day, actually, when we were going to take pictures. Clary kept taking pictures of squirrels, and we're just like,
what are you doing, man?
To each his own. Like, everyone has their thing. And he's like, no, with his, like, adorable accent. He's like, no, it's for my friends. We don't have those back home. And I was like, squirrels?
What?
He's like, yeah, we don't have those. And I was like, nowhere in the entire continent is there a squirrel? And he goes, no. And so, like, when we did that Q&A, we talked way too much about, like, animals. And, like, a lot of it was just talking about, like, the differences here and there. Clary, and he's, he said some of his friends, like, I guess so, like, some other Australians are out there. Get this. They're afraid of deer. Because they don't have deer. So
That's
they don't
weird.
know. So, like, they don't know that a deer is, like, a danger. Like, literally, it was so funny. Because, we're going back and forth. And obviously, almost everyone and their mom knows Australia is, like, the breeding ground for Satan's pets.
I'm sorry?
Google right now.
No.
Australian animals.
I'm okay.
Literally, Satan's playgrounds. They have spiders the size of your actual head.
Oh, that's scary. I saw
They have
bats the size
literally
of me.
you've never heard that joke? Like, it's not even a joke. It's accurate. Like, literally everything in Australia can kill you. He was telling us about this octopus that it's, like, not invisible. It's, like, translucent or something. And so it has, like, not that it stings you, but, like, it has it's, like, poisonous. And if it gets you, I guess, I don't know if they bite or, like, how that works. When you're in the water, it paralyzes you and you drown.
That's really scary.
There's this one fish that I remember it's ugly, but I don't remember what it does, but I know it can also kill you. So there's that one. And, like, there's literally so much in Australia that can kill you. Like, the list is ridiculously extensive. Ridiculously. And it always sticks to me because it was so funny for me, like, to have that moment of, like, I'm literally afraid of your entire continent as a whole, with the exception of, like, the Opera House. Because it's not even
Opera House.
It's not even on some Finding Nemo type of thing. Because, like, the ocean will kill you in Australia. Like, everything will kill you. But, so they've got, like, you literally just going to, like, walking down the street in Australia, you can step on something that will kill you because it's poisonous. But here are the Australians thinking that we're crazy because we're not necessarily afraid of deer or bears.
Oh.
They don't have either.
That's... Okay, now it makes sense.
But, I mean, even then, like, I understand, like, you don't have... Because I remember saying this to him, too. I was like, I get it. Like, it's unknown to you. Like, it's normal that you'd be afraid. But, like... you have an octopus that if it, like, touches you, you are paralyzed and, like, that's it. You have 2 minutes. Because I think that's what it is. Like, you have 2 minutes. But, like...
You got 2 minutes, your time starts now.
Beep. Like, you have 2 minutes. I think it, like, paralyzes you in, like, 2 minutes. It's fast. Like, you got all the... Like, there's a fish that you step on, boom, done, poisonous, out. You're gone. Time's over in the world. And you're afraid of a deer? Like, you shouldn't be afraid of anything if you're living in Australia. Anything. Except, like, kangaroos. But that's only because, like, if you've ever seen those videos, kangaroos are crazy.
Yeah.
Like...
the takeaway from Pam's story here is that Pam is never going to Australia.
That's not true. I actually
really?
can't wait to visit him.
Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
And, like, apparently my
back.
mom's, like, family. Because apparently we have family in Australia.
What?
My mom has, like, a cousin who lives there, and it comes up ever so often for some reason. And every time it comes up, I look at her, and I'm just like, what are Colombians doing in Australia? Because it's not like, me, where I'm, like, Colombian. Like, I was born to Colombian parents, but, like, I'm, not from Colombia. Like, my mom's cousin obviously is, like, straight up, like, Colombian. Like, she's just, like, she's been living in Australia for I don't know how many years.
That's insane.
But, like, even then, see, like, I feel like even if you just lived a year in Australia, you should fear nothing.
Just don't fear anything, not even
except
like
kangaroos.
It's fine.
Speaking of Colombia, though, let's take a minute to talk about this weekend.
The trap music?
No, actually. Did you not hear about that? I know you might have been asleep when your dad and I talked about it.
Oh, the
like a
landslide?
Landslide.
Okay. If it was mud, that's a mudslide. If it's just like rocks and all that
Oh,
good
okay, I
stuff,
was
then
gonna
it's
say,
a
is that the
landslide.
difference? It was a mudslide. It was like a mudslide and a flood and all that. The Colombian National Army police people have totaled the death toll to 273 people. It's just sad. Like, it's really sad, and I don't want to take away from its sadness, but I feel like part of what makes it even sadder is that this is, like, not a normal occurrence, but it's a normal occurrence. Like,
Yeah,
don't, like,
it's not once in the blue moon, but it happens
like,
fairly regularly.
I was gonna say, like, mudslides are a pretty regular occurrence. Not like super regular, but like it's a very known like possibility of danger. But to this extent, I don't think I've ever heard of like that's insane. And I feel really bad. Obviously, like my family's Colombian. It's not from where like my family's from, so like I know all of like my people are safe. But it's been really sad because I have a soft spot for like kids and old people, and that's like, you know, under 13 over like 65 because I'm just weird. And it's been really sad because like the National Army and stuff has been putting like videos on Facebook and just like all social media to try to just find people.
Yeah.
Like the one I saw was like they have like this little girl and it was so sad. She's like, you know, she's all dirty and she's like clutching the only thing she probably owns anymore, which is like her stuffed animal, and like she's in like her little dress. 'Cause I think it happened in the morning, so like they were just woken up.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
And they're literally like, okay, like, you know, we're looking for a family member, like the parents of, you know, so and so, and it's just like, and they were talking about it that there's a lot of kids.
That's insane.
And it's like, it's intense. I know Hamas donated a bunch of stuff, a bunch of water, a bunch of clothes, a bunch of all that fun stuff. Donald Trump supposedly reached out to the Colombian president to offer condolences and assistance should we need it. But yeah, it's just very sad. And this is completely irrelevant, sort of, and obviously not the most important thing, but I'm kind of annoyed that even in the middle of a very grave a big news story involving Colombia that's hitting like worldwide news, because Colombia rarely does, people are still spelling it wrong. People are still spelling it wrong. And like the only reason it gets to me isn't even because I'm Colombian and I have a notebook that says it's Colombia, not Colombia. But it gets to me because some of the tweets, like, people are just tweeting, so it's like, you know what, I'll let that slide. But some of the tweets are like actual like you're retweeting CNN, whose tweet is Colombian tragedy, 273 dead in Colombian mudslide, and you're still spelling it wrong.
I understand. It's very frustrating.
I just don't get it. How are you spelling it wrong if you're retweeting something that spelled it right 4 times?
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
But
our hearts, prayers, and thoughts go out to the people of Colombia and
the kids
extended families.
and, like, just all that.
Make sure your families are okay. If any Colombian people are listening, please make sure your families are okay.
But like, it was intense. I was not expecting that number. Like,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, on that sad note, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye for the day. It's very
It
sad.
doesn't have to be a sad note. Let it be a reflective note.
That's true.
Let it be a reflective note to give thanks, because you never know.
That's
one
true.
day, won't even say your life, but one day, you might just not have anything but your life.
That's true. So yes, everyone have a fantastic rest of their Tuesday. We will see you soon. And, yeah. Bye, friends.
Bye.